Hi, my name is the Wolf of Dubai and I'm actually the #1 stock investing YouTuber in the whole Middle East. Yes, that's true. It's factually true that I'm the biggest, the most content producing and the most diversified, vlogs, live streams, posts, whatever, the biggest professional YouTuber in the Middle East for stock investing. So if you came and clicked on this video because you wanted to hear from a professional how to invest into the stock market in this or the next year, then you are totally correct here. Okay, so first of all, I want to ask you to smash the like button. This is important for us YouTubers to just get more recommended to more people so more people can join the community and learn about stocks, because the stock market in general is one of the most amazing markets in the whole world. I will tell you why. You will learn about new trends, okay? New trends on the stock markets are way ahead until you heard on Main Street. You will learn how economic situation will affect the stock market. You will learn how the political scenery are changing how companies operate. And I reviewed basically every stock investing YouTuber out there that created ever a stock market for beginner video. And I tell you that my video is totally different. You will learn from myself in the next 20-30 minutes, however this video will take, what I learned being more than a decade on the stock market, trading with more than hundreds of thousands of dollars every single day, and making mistakes, huge mistakes, okay? I lost a lot of money and I made a hell lot more money that I lost, obviously. And I want to show you a very niche that I'm here following on this channel. So it's not about, all the general terms that you might, hear for once and never want to use, or you don't know if you are rather a dividend investor or a growth investor and value investor. Well, I don't go into those kind of general terms, okay? I will show you how you can find stocks that can 10x your money because they are in the right market, they are in the right industry, they are in a growing environment, and obviously, as a thank you for 20,000 subscribers that I just reached the last couple of days, I want to give you this video as a thank you, all right? If you are watching my channel, if you go to my channel and go and see the very first video that I posted, it was about Tesla. I was one of the very few, a handful of YouTubers that actually saw the opportunity in Tesla stock because I then unknowingly used my 10x strategy, all right? I found a stock that have a couple of parameters that made me retire before I turned 30, okay? And if you want to do something similar or just learn about the stock market, then make sure to get out your pen and paper or your iPhone, obviously, in 2021, obviously you don't need pen and paper per se. So let's start, because I will dive into 4 categories. The first category of this video will be the basics. Okay, the basics, you will learn everything what a stock is, what a stock market is, where you should invest, with which broker, what you should look for if you're investing into a broker. Then we will talk about the 10x strategy. There I will tell you how to find actually the 10x stock, okay, and what I'm looking at. And then we will go into a very big aspect of my whole channel here, thinking long term, because once you know the basics and know how to find the stocks, you don't want to lose your money, right? I know people that texting me every day, hey, I didn't listen, I didn't thought long term. So long term is the next big thing that we are going into it. And finally we go into the trading and the conclusion of this video and what you can do as a specific step to get started. So I cannot wait. I hope you are joining till the end of this video. Take this 20-30 minutes of time. I'm really begging you. It can change your life. You can maybe stop working in a couple of years. You can even, if you are a very conservative person, you will know after this video that you can make 5 to 10% on your money that is just, managed by other people and basically makes you money while you sleep. And do you want to, work for the rest of your life, or you want that money works for you while you are asleep? There's nothing I want to sell you in this video. There's nothing else, just pure knowledge, pure thankfully, giving back to the community. I would love to have this kind of video when I started, more than 10 years ago. And yeah, shall we? Come with me. So let's start with the basics. What is a stock? A stock is actually a small tiny piece of a company. So let's say the company is 100%. You could potentially own 1%. But to own 1% of a public company, you would need to be a very, very wealthy person. So you rather have like a 0.000000001% of the company. However, you can imagine this like a puzzle, right? A whole puzzle is 100% and you have one puzzle. And you can buy more puzzles if you think the puzzle will be worth at some of the future much more than it is today. That's pretty much everything you need to know. I mean, you want that someone else on the stock market exchange, where it's traded electronically, your puzzle parts, someone buys it at some point for a higher amount than you bought it for, right? That's then your profit. So the most important part is to find exactly these puzzle parts of the companies that are cheap. All right, so you can imagine that I'm always on the search of a cheap or undervalued company in terms of the future perspective of the company. Can the company grow 50 or 100% per year? Well, it's freaking great, because then I would rather like to buy the stock, because eventually, while the achievements of the company is growing, this stock will follow at some point, because usually, and this is just logical thinking, when the company is doing better and better, the value of the company is getting higher and will be then represented into the stocks traded on the stock exchange. So now you know what it is stock and what is the purpose of stock trading, right? So how you actually could start? First, you need a broker. So you need to register with a broker, and you heard maybe the names of Interactive Brokers, Charles Schwab, Robinhood recently, right? Webull. There's lots of offers. Now, what you need to choose? I would go always for a very well-established one. So I'm personally trading, for example, with Interactive Brokers. There's no affiliate link into the description. There is nothing, okay? I'm just doing this to give you the best opinion, what I think is the best for you, okay? And maybe Charles Schwab is also very nice. And if you want to have a more modern platform, then for sure Robinhood or Webull is interesting. But you remember during the crash in March, the platform was basically blocked because there was just too many people using this platform, and that's why I am not like the biggest fan of those, okay? I think the most important is that you are owning the asset. So you are actually owning the stock, because, for example, offers by eToro is something that you are trading a financial product that represents the stock. So in case of a crash of eToro, you would lose all your money. And if Charles Schwab has a problem, you still own the stock itself. So, Charles Schwab, Interactive Broker, both are pretty much international, where you can go to them and say, we want to open a broker account. You pretty much trade for free. It's for free. You can buy during market hours, which is Monday to Friday at certain times. I think it is 9:30 to 4:30 in the US at the New York Stock Exchange, and the German have another one, the Italian has another one, and so on. So you can trade your stocks, and then you basically put your price in that you want to buy a stock for, and then you purchase it if it's available for the price in a second and you can sell in a second, okay? So don't worry about too much that, oh, what if nobody want to buy my stock? You know, if you want to sell or purchase the stock for market price, then you buy it within a microsecond, okay? This is the beauty about the 2020 electronic trading, and you can do it from your app, you can do it from your computers, but we will show you in the further part of this video that you actually don't need this daily trading, because this is one of the biggest money nuclear destruction machine that I have ever seen. You know, day trading and trying to find the best price and timing for buy stocks. This is BS, guys, okay? So I definitely will guide you through the stock. So let's now move to the strategy, the 10x strategy, guys. So what is this 10x stock investing strategy that I'm talking about all over my channel here? Well, every single time I want to invest into a company, I am thinking, is this company 10x my investment over a long-term period of several multi-year? Okay, so let's say I am thinking about to invest into Boeing, right? Because at some point Rona will be gone. But how much Boeing will actually go higher? 30%? 50%? Yeah, that's cute and, you know, most probable, but I'm not into that, okay? So I'm investing very few times per year because their research is everything. And now you are asking and might be on the verge to exit, to click X on this video or go to the next video. But wait a second, what if I told you you can find the next 10x stock without any technical analysis? So you don't have to read crazy charts, you don't have to, you know what a wedge is or a up and side down triangle or whatever it is what they are talking about. Neither do you have to make crazy financial analytics and care about valuation too much or PE ratios or PS ratios or whatsoever, okay? And this is true, guys. You can find the next big thing, the next Amazon, the next Tesla, the next Facebook, the next Apple, just by going with open eyes through the whole world, okay? Now, I will tell you about my very first 10x stock before I was really, you know, looking after this like a pro. So I invested more than, I think, 8 or 10 years ago when Apple launched the iPhone 4. It was just before Christmas. And I was seeing, you know, everyone in the gym, in my school, everywhere, my friends, they all wanted to have this iPhone. So I thought, what is it? Is it a trend? Is it a cult? People tenting in front of the retail store to buy a freaking mobile phone? Well, and exactly this is the thinking that you have to put on the table, okay? And if I would hold those Apple stock that I bought for $3,000 back then, you know, 10 years ago, I would 10x my money. But I didn't have the mindset by then. I thought, wow, I made 30% because obviously the iPhone 4 was a banger. It was the biggest sale ever for Christmas for Apple, and then the iPhone 5, 6, 7, you know, just continued to be bangers. And if you are having this kind of mentality now with this video, you know, with all this experience that I'm giving to you, it's much more easy to use. I will tell you a small story, okay? There was a mom who wanted that her child is not eating sugar anymore. She was obsessed with sugar. So she took her daughter to Gandhi, you know, and Gandhi actually said to the mom, come back in 3 months and I will be prepared to tell the kid to stop. So she came back after 3 months and Gandhi said to the very nice little girl, please stop eat sugar. And the girl was, you know, wow, thank you, I will do that. And the mom was, wow, thank you very much. But that was so easy, so why you actually needed to prepare 3 months? And Gandhi said that he needed to try it first for himself for 3 months. How it is to live without sugar, how he should convince someone without not experiencing it through itself. And this is what I want to tell you guys. I experienced it over more than a decade, what I want to put as, you know, in just a couple of minutes. And there's much more, guys, that you will find on my channel. So I really would appreciate if you subscribe and hit the bell for all the videos that are coming out here on this channel, and we find together the next big stocks. And this is what I wanted to teach here, okay? I want to find the next 10x stocks. So you can, you know, if freedom is your most important goal, right? The money that you can make on the stock market can allow you to be financially free and travel the world, you know? Or maybe you want to purchase a certain item or a certain lifestyle, then stocks could be also your way to go. While I'm not recommending to buy, you know, fancy items. I did this as well, and it's not making you any happier, okay? So make sure to actually, you know, go with open eyes through the world. And if you have any interesting stocks that changing the world or industries, then there is a huge potential into those companies that they will 10x your money. So let's summarize what I would like to give you on the way. It must be a consumer company, in my personal opinion, because consumers are all 7 billion people in the world, okay? So potential market is huge. Secondly, it must be in an industry that is growing. So let's start with Amazon. It was the internet, huge growth opportunity. Apple was the mobile phone business, right? Huge growth opportunity, and obviously / computer business, right? Then you had Netflix, huge streaming opportunity, the next big thing, right? How are we changing to watch things? I don't watch any TV anymore, I just stream, right? So huge industry. Then Facebook, you know, social media industry, gigantic opportunity. Then Tesla, EV market, changing how we will transport, self-driving cars, electric cars, much better. So you can see here, this is a very important point. Then, is the company, you know, selling more products, having much more revenue every year? And this is the only thing that you have to watch for. Is it growing 30, 50, or even 100 or 150% per year? Then it's maybe a candidate. Then, what is the people behind the company? Because, you know, companies are product, manufacturing plants, you know, different kind of infrastructure, but in the end, it's people behind the companies. So think about it, you know, Steve Jobs was a crazy guy who was a fantastic visionary how to build a product. Elon Musk is just this genius, and you know, how you find these guys? If you're having an interesting company, just look up those guys and read everything about them. Their books, their autobiographies, their interviews, everything what you can find on them and their team, you need to get it. And then finally, I think you just need to do your research, and you can only have time for a handful of stocks, okay? You have to just read every single piece of content that there is out there, every news, any article, earnings report, right? Every quarter, the companies, public companies are issuing earnings reports. So they show us how much they make over the last 3 months, and to go to their conference calls, which are available on the websites, listen to them, try to consume as much as possible. And that's why you're seeing, you can maximum have, you know, a handful of stocks that you can really have in your portfolio. So chapter 10x stocks closed, and let's dive into the next one. The next thing I want to talk about is trading as well as long-term thinking. Trading, you know, I want to just talk quickly, you know, when to buy the stock. So you found the stock, when is the right timing, right? I mean, is it today? Is it tomorrow? Is it yesterday? Is it maybe in 10 years? Is it after the next crash? And let me answer you this question right away. There is no perfect time to buy a stock, okay? There is no freaking best time to buy the stock. If you like the stock, if you have the cash, just buy it. What is the more important part is to add every month's money into this, okay? You're adding money into that, and then on the average, if the stock goes down, you're buying for less and less and less the same stock for a fixed amount. Let's say you can put aside, $500. Then you can buy the stock for less and less and less, and your average price goes down. And as soon as the stock goes up, you are a really big winner. And on the other side, if it's going up, you're already happy because you're already in the stock and you don't have this FOMO, fear of missing out, because you waited for the perfect time to buy. So this is the only thing that matters. There's no perfect time to buy a stock. It's right now. Then it's important to think long term, guys. Why is that? Short term is a really hell of a game, all right? It can be very volatile, which means the stock market can up, down, straight, in circles, whatever it is, it will be crazy. That's for sure. That's a guarantee. But if you are thinking long term over the market pretty much has one direction. Let me show it to you real quick here. So this is the S&P 500, which includes all the 500 best American companies. It's like a basket full of stocks. And look at this. This is the 3 months chart. If you're looking at this, in pretty much 3 months, we didn't move much, 3% up only, right? Almost 4. But look at this hell of a ride. We went up and down. We went up and down. We went up and down because of different kind of news. Who will be the president? What happened with the second or third wave? What is up with the economy? What about the unemployment? You are absolutely going insane if you listen to the stories, okay? And therefore, it's important to stay long-term focused, because I will show you now another trick. Look at the 5-year chart. And what do we see? We are absolutely gained an astonishing 71%. And let me show you even something more crazy. Let's look on the 10-year chart. In the 10-year chart, we gained 200%, okay? And then if you are even going further, as much as this app can show me, and then we are going and talking about 1927. This is, very far away. And if you're considering this time frame, the S&P 500 gained over 20,000%. This means you 20 times your money. And you have to think about it. Well, and what happened during this period? World War II, crises, oil crash, financial crisis, Rona was there. So what is important, guys? It's .com bubble. So what is important, guys, is that you focus on the long term. You want that the stock that you choose, or the couple of stocks that you choose, are going to be winners in a 10-year time frame. For example, Netflix gained 20,000%, and this is a 10x stock, right? I mean, you could find it. It's changing a consumer product, and it was growing like crazy. #1 US Post client. This was one indicator, for example. You were 20 times your money in just 10 years. Okay, so there's no other asset that was better performing than this, obviously, except Bitcoin. But this was one of the best stocks out there, and it fits perfectly in our strategy. So you see how important it is. You see how crazy important it is to think long term, because short term the stock went up 50%, down, up 30%, down, up. Everyone, okay? Netflix, Amazon, Tesla, Bitcoin, all of these assets went up and down. And if you're thinking, well, this is now the best time to sell or buy, you would lose maybe all of your investment, guys. Therefore, just buy and hold forever, or as long as possible. And this is not only me who is saying this. Look what Warren Buffett says on this topic.
What's going to happen in a day or a week or a month or a year even? I'd never felt that I knew it, and I've never felt it was important. We're almost always a buyer of stocks, and we're a more aggressive buyer when they're going down. I mean, I feel much better when they're going down. I think every business should be run as efficiently as possible. And some are and some aren't. We try to buy the ones that are. I mean, I bought my first stock in April of 1942. I was 11. Pearl Harbor had happened 3 or 4 months earlier. We were losing the war. I mean, if you want to talk about a bad outlook for the country's not going to go away. The plants aren't going to go away. The people aren't going to go away. The talents aren't going to go away. The country will grow in value over time. Now, who gets it is another question.
Okay, and if you don't like Warren Buffett, look at the other billionaire that is not only a Tesla investor, but saying something very important because he's also a long-term investor and made billions and billions of dollars for his fund and his company and for his investors. Ron Barron, a very great guy that I, really respect, and he said the following about short-term.
Well, it's certainly gotten bigger and steadier, but you mentioned the volatility. Do you think the stock has passed the days of volatility because it's gotten on steadier ground, or do you worry that some of the Robinhood investors and others who have been so attracted to what Tesla has to offer, if there's any sort of shakeout in the market, does that impact them, and would volatility come back?
Well, what we worry about are not stock prices. When we're an investor in a business, we worry about the business. And the short term, I can't have any clue about what's going to happen. I do think that it's now a $400 billion market cap. It was $40 billion when we started. I've said for a long time, I thought it was going to be $1 to $2 trillion. With what developments have taken place recently, I think $2 trillion is the right number. So I think it's 5 times from here, maybe 10 times in the past 2 or 3 years. But for 4 years before that, the stock didn't change, and the business grew tenfold. So the business went from $2.8 billion to $30 billion 10 times. The stock price didn't change. Now the stock price just caught up to where they were.
So all in all, there's no perfect time to buy the stock. Don't try it or you will lose your money, and think long term. And that's a really, really important factor of stock market investing. And now let's jump to the final piece of this masterpiece, Stock Market for Beginners video 2021. So let's summarize. So first, you know what a stock is. You know that you need a nice broker like Interactive or Charles Schwab. Then you know what is my personal best strategy to find those stocks that changing industry and lives of millions and millions of people. And it's basically track record proven. I mean, look at those biggest companies in the world. Amazon, Apple, Tesla soon, right? All of those companies are consumer companies that innovated the way we interact with the world, and that's why they got so rich. So as you can see, it's working, right? Over the last couple of 50, 60, 70, 80 years. So this is important to understand that it's not like a new thing that I invented, just working. I just, put it into a YouTube video to share it with you. Then the next thing is that you know that you have to think long term. Don't think about months over months over months. And this long-term thinking will also help you to just throw all emotions away from investing, which is so important. Now, finally, let's just prepare for you the next steps. You are ready, or you feel ready. Watch this video again, share it with someone, watch it together with someone, make some notes, create a to-do list for yourself. And then I think the very first step, go and create a demo account. Okay, what is the demo account? You can, there's different kind of sites. I don't link anything because you just go on Google, you know how to use Google. So just put in stock demo account, and then you have thousands of different kind of offers out there. They are totally for free. Don't go anything that is not for free. Just go for something that's for free and start to research stocks and to buy stocks like I said, and try to manage this for for a couple of weeks and months and see, how it is to buy a stock, how it is to sell a stock, what you need to look for, how's your performance, which stocks you bought, compare it again to this video and see, okay, is it the right strategy that I used? Did I, follow the few rules that you heard here on this video, or was it something that I just thought it is and I just invested in it, or day traded? I started day trading, I couldn't hold my discipline, I day traded. So I want to beware you from losing a lot of money just by going now into the wild and starting. The stock market is still something very complex, so start with a demo account. Then while you are in the demo account, you have a lot of time to research companies and to start and to buy and sell stocks. And then I would like you to open, after a month or maybe a couple of weeks, a stockbroker account. So you get a little bit familiar with the user interface. Okay, this is on my demo account, it works like that, and here it works like that. And start with a very, very small amount. Always start, guys, with an amount that you can lose, okay? So if you have already a saving account, keep most of it there. Start with a very small amount that you don't care if you lose it all, because this can happen if you just start to day trade and don't follow the rules that we just discussed. And with playing with money is something that is psychologically so hard sometimes, and that's why I want you to be aware of losing all your life savings, right? So make sure to start with an amount that you can lose and that is not yet of so essential. It's not your rent for the next month, for example, yeah? And then after you figure things out after a while, you will see how you get better, and then you can start with the big bucks, you can transfer more savings into the account, still having, a emergency account. If something happens to you in your personal life, you always should have a couple of $1,000s to act, or a couple of $100, wherever you are living. This number can vary, obviously very, very, very strong. And then I would love to, if you joining here on this channel as a new subscriber, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified. I'm posting 3-4 times per day. I may be one of the most hardest working YouTuber on the stock investing horizon in the whole world, guys. And a small appreciation for this kind of videos, for this knowledge, without any mindset to sell you or click a link or whatsoever. It's all up to you. Make sure to make the best out of it. Start 2021. It's maybe your year to take your own finances and investing into your own hand, and I wish you all the best. And I'm here always. I'm reading all the comments, so if you have any questions, put it down. I will answer day and night. I will spend hours and hours and hours to go through comments, because this is the community. I see the comments like the customer service of my own company, right? I see that you should be very, very happy and get your answers straight from me. So I would appreciate your support as well. Thank you very much. Take care, and very, very, very successful investing.